started, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank our host today, librarian Kim Ya. Where are you? I want to make sure we did that. We're in her house today. All right. So I want to thank everyone for coming here this afternoon and joining us as we kick off Mental Health Awareness Month. As many of you know, it's been widely reported that communities across the country are facing youth mental health crisis, and we are no different. If you ask any educator, they will tell you that our children and their needs are completely different from what they were a few years ago. This unprecedented increase in need has been expanding throughout our state and throughout our nation. So that's why we have made it our priority to expand supports to students across our state. And one of the things that we are incredibly proud of is all the efforts that are brought together by all sorts of organizations around our state. One of the first things that we did as we started doing this work was really look at our attendance. We started an Attendance Matters Rhode Island campaign that really focused in on our students being present every day. Now we have, thanks to the governor, a Math Matters initiative strengthening the way that we support our children, and that is our top priority. And we're seeing results throughout the state of Rhode Island. Our state was able to decrease chronic absenteeism by 10% from the height of the pandemic. And now we've become national and international model for collective efforts to curb chronic absenteeism. This work is critical because we know that our students that are chronically absent have at minimum a 20 percentage point gap in performance. And it is important for our students to be in school, to have those connections, and to continue the work. As part of this work on chronic absenteeism, we started looking at what are the root causes. What are the things that our students are experiencing each and every day? And what constantly kept coming up were the students that are struggling with their mental health. And we continued to talk about it. Then we convened superintendents from across the state to have candid conversations of what they're seeing and experiencing in their schools. What was mostly shared was that they spent a significant amount of time supporting teachers in the classroom with students' needs. Many of our schools already offer some sort of mental health support and resources for students in need. But if you know me, I like to take action. So once we convened the students, we looked at the data, the superintendents, the principals, we began to work. We rolled up our sleeves and started working with Hazel Health to form an innovative partnership that would expand virtual mental health services at no cost to districts in Rhode Island. We have the opportunity to create the first of its kind program like this in the East Coast. Today we're here to discuss why this support is needed, and you're going to hear directly from students and support staff about what they're experiencing and what they're doing to help their school communities. And let me tell you, the work that's happening here in PCTA is remarkable. Today you're going to hear from our young students, and those students are here to talk to you about the work that they've been doing, what they're seeing, but also they are putting together something that it is spectacular. Henry, Suriel, and Simone, who are here today, will be talking to you also how they're organizing a mental health fair organized by students for students. That is pretty impressive. This is even more critical now that we have all these necessary supports in the wake of the news that the White House put out last week. Nearly $1 billion in support for student-based mental health services were cut across the country. Here in Rhode Island, we have been impacted by $4 million of our funding for school mental health supports were cut on Friday. Our students can't perform at their best, and we can't continue to make progress if they don't feel well. I want to take a moment to recognize something that we should all be proud of that underscores why student supports are essential. When it comes to academic recovery post-pandemic, Rhode Island is leading the pack in New England. Yes, you heard me right. We are recovering faster than all other New England states, according to the Educational Recovery Scorecard, a national report card that experts in Harvard, Stanford, and Dartmouth put together. According to the independent report nationally, Rhode Island is ranked 14th in academic recovery for math and 13th in ELA. This progress is only possible for our students if we're working together, dedicating ourselves, and having the students dedicate to their studies. And they can't do that if they don't feel seen, heard, and part of the conversation. I'm here with Governor McKee, national leaders like Patrick Kennedy, PPSD officials, and representatives from across the state to send a message that our students are important, a priority, and we're listening. And we will continue to explore opportunities to better support them, academically and social-emotionally. I would like to now introduce you to a great partner and champion for this work who has made the education a centerpiece of his administration, Governor Dan McKee.
Back in the Providence schools, Javier, thank you for your leadership and being here with leaders here like Mary and Bob and Colleen. I think I saw Colleen walk in too. So, you know, bringing it all together, and then what's better than having a couple of students here to share their experience with, especially, you know, coming out of the pandemic and dealing with the uncertainties that came with that, and then also, which I hope they're not focusing on too much, but as I am and others, this very unpredictable and dangerous leadership that's coming out of the White House right now. It's, you know, but we are going to stay the course. We are going to get things done in a real strong way. We've set this goal of Rhode Island 2030 that we will be the very best education system in the country. We've closed learning gaps with Massachusetts.